Oh yeah, comic books. Decided I'm going to talk about my favorite comic book villain, that being the Joker. I love this character so much that in college, when we were asked to write an essay, I forget what the topic of the essay was, I wrote it on the Joker. Alright, so the Joker's first appearance was in 1940 in Batman #1. Originally, he was just supposed to be like an offshoot character that they were just gonna, kill off and leave him be. And then one of the other producers at DC said, no, we should keep this guy. So rather than kill him off, they found a really not so clever way to keep him alive. Basically, almost all of his appearances would end in him dying and then just coming back to life in another one and then explaining how he survived. And he's since gone on to be one of Batman's more popular villains. Also, most people consider him his arch nemesis. The Joker's appearance is based on a 1920 silent film movie called The Man Who Laughed, which is based on a Victor Hugo novel. The character in that film had a rather long face and a large grin, and they just felt that that was really creepy and decided to put that into their comics. Now there's dispute about who originally came up with them, whether it was Bob Finger or Bob Kane, but I think the consensus is that all three of them had. There's three guys. I can't remember the third guy, but they all had a hand in developing the character. My personal first time seeing the Joker was I used to watch the animated cartoon when I was little, and that character always just kind of stuck out to me because he had such a unique voice and such an interesting laugh. Of course, it wasn't until years later that I found out that Luke Skywalker voiced the Joker. That's always a shocker when you first hear it. What's really interesting about the Joker is the fact that he doesn't really have an origin story like most other characters. He's rather an enigma. There is one particular graphic novel that tries to explain his origins, and what I think most people would consider his origin story, sort of. It was written by Alan Moore. It depicts a struggling comedian who gets caught up with the mob, and then in order to pay his debts, he's forced into committing some crimes, and he confronts Batman, and Batman accidentally knocks him into a vat of chemicals, and the chemicals bleach his skin, and put on a permanent grin on his face, and his psyche is completely shattered, and then thus the Joker is created. If that sounds familiar to you, that's because Tim Burton took part of that and used it in his movie for Batman. So that's a bit of a brief history of the Joker, one of my favorite villains. I think a lot of people would agree with me there. Oh, I have a punishment idea for those who don't have punishments yet. I think Sydney may have one. I know Spencer and Andrea don't. And I forget if MC, do you need a punishment? I'm not sure. If you do, then consider this. Sydney, I guess, can consider this one too. Cinnamon challenge. As for my punishment, I think there was only one punishment suggestion on my last video, which I think came from Andrea. And it was to lick a dog. So here, I present to you me licking a dog. Everyone, this is Callie, so...
Callie, do you want a treat?
Yeah.
Want to go for a walk?
Oh, there she is. Alright, here we go. My punishment is I have to lick a dog, so... Callie, I know you don't want this, but... Yeah. Oh. That was just weird. Oh, see what I've done to her? See what I've done to her? Alright. Oh, Angie, if you have a DS, here's a game you might enjoy. It's called Trauma Center Under the Knife. I remember playing it in high school and I really liked it, so perhaps if you have a DS, maybe you can check it out. Or maybe you already have it, in which case, ignore all previous words that came out of my mouth. Alright, that's it for me this week. I will see you guys next week. Bye!